Welcome to the American Valor podcast. Today, we are thrilled to welcome Chief Ali Dunlap the fourth to the show. Chief Dunlap is the 2025 Bob Feller Act of Valor Chief Petty Officer Award winner. Chief, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about you and where you're currently serving.
Well, right now I'm currently serving at Mid Atlantic Regional Maintenance Center. That's in Norfolk, Virginia. Been married for 22 years to my wife Sheena. A proud father of five children, um, and also been in the Navy for 22 years.
Outstanding. Now, folks, if you have never had a large family, five and six, I have six. That's a joy to have. So, congratulations on that. Congratulations on the award. I know that it is a very competitive community of those submitting to be considered, and for you to be selected must be something that you are honored, I know. And those that have served under you or with you alongside you are also celebrating you, and as well as I am. And now, at the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation, we strive to educate, support, and recognize by instilling the timeless values of service, sacrifice, legacy, and citizenship. Now, based on those pillars mentioned, I would like to start today's conversation with service. How has your understanding of service evolved as you've progressed from junior sailor to chief?
I would say as a junior sailor, I was told as from mentors to make sure I do things to put things on my eval. Then later on in my career, I just realized more of the lines that now I've been blessed with an opportunity each and every day to be of service to other people, to essentially do things just to be a decent human being rather than to do things just to capture it on a performance evaluation.
Yeah, I remember myself, there was a strategy around the eval, right? And a strategy around the things that we did. We still served, but it was very calculated to meet a specific need that we both had and the community had. But then after a while, as you just said, you realize that the true benefit of service is that you give of yourself for whatever mission or event that may be happening around in your community. So, great way to encapsulate that. Now, we all have sacrifices, and I know that you've had several. How do leaders balance mission demands with caring for their people, especially when sacrifices are unavoidable?
I would say every situation would be probably handled on a case by case basis. When it comes to command mission, if you are able to support both, obviously support both, but there will come certain times where sailor may need to come first before the mission, right? And there will be other circumstances where you kind of may need to have those difficult conversations with a sailor to be like, hey, we're a war fighting organization and we need to support this command mission for the time being.
And we see a lot of that happens, especially around events, missions that will take us abroad, right? Sometimes those take us longer, right? I
Yeah.
remember when our first deployment was immediately after September 11th, and what was normally a 6 month cruise ended up being almost a year, 9 months, and you never knew whether you was going to come back on time or not. But we also knew that the nation had called us, and we were the ones that were answering that call. So I agree. Now, legacy is something that we don't often talk about because it's not one of the things that come up as a, hey, this is something that you need to strategically place in your career. But what leadership lessons do you hope the next generation of sailors carries forward because of your example?
Now that I've come towards like almost like the last few chapters of my career, I would definitely say to have the end goal in mind, right? How do you want to be remembered for your 10-year service? And that normally should start in the beginning, but I think sometimes as a service member, life events and mission can happen so fast that we don't sometimes tend to think about those things till later on in our career. But I would definitely encourage sailors who are joining any form of branch of military to have that end goal in mind in the beginning of their career, so that way they can strive to be the best person that they can be.
Absolutely. There is a wisdom in that most people won't get at the beginning because we're still trying to figure it out, right? What this military service is, what is it
Mhm.
demanding of me, and where do I fall into the big picture of this? But that is great wisdom to share. And I hope all junior service members are listening to this and saying, okay, I will have to put that as part of my career strategy, if you will, in order to ensure that whatever I do today is feeding that tomorrow. So great advice there. Now, we are all citizens. We were citizens before we joined, and we still are citizens as we are executing our military mission. But citizenship goes beyond military service. So, how do you define being a good citizen both in the uniform and in the community?
With citizenship, I would say it happens, on and out of uniform, like how you just previously mentioned. Uh, One of the things I would like to, I guess, like communicate in that regards would just be to take one thing at a time. I think we can get in a habit of just overwhelming ourselves sometimes, and just trying to do a little bit, a whole bunch of things at a time. When if you just take the time to just focus and knock out one tasker at a time and do it the right way the first time, or strive to do it the right way the first time, it would help you out a lot in the long run.
Yes, absolutely. Now, this award is given to one person every year. How has getting this award changed you or improved you? And how are you feeling after getting the award?
One of the feelings that comes to mind, I guess, would be there's a I'm a man of faith, right? So I definitely believe in God, and I've been definitely shifting gears with my relationship with God. Um, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about if you seek the kingdom of God first, then He'll essentially take care of the rest. So I kind of almost see this as like a fulfillment of that promise of me just taking the time just to be of service to Him. It definitely makes things a lot easier as far as seeing Him take care of the things that I thought that I would have to always insert me into the picture, but I'm seeing that He's doing it for me.
Yes, and I'm so happy that he did it for you. You're the winner of the 2025 Barfella Chief Petty also Award. And for the folks that are listening and hearing this episode, where can they learn more about you or follow or support you?
Well, if you're in the Norfolk, Virginia area, we do have a Marmec STEM community outreach where we partner with schools and also community uh, programs such as like the Norfolk Youth Program. You'll find us there like on a weekly basis, normally on Tuesday afternoons. As far as like the schools and things like that are concerned, we normally help out more with like the middle schools and high school age groups. But we do tend to on the weekends help out at community events. So depending upon what the event is, you may see us popped up over there with some Marmec STEM shirts on, trying to, what I'm saying, like spread a little bit of love as far as STEM is concerned.
And that is one of the things that I miss most in the military is that community involvement, always supplying to where we are, and that's making that community rich. So, folks, for more information on the foundation, please visit us at our website, actofvaloraward.org. And on behalf of the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation, thank you all for joining us on this episode, and Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me.